Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We are here with Luigi Zamana, our Senior Marketing Director for Air Conditioning and Heat Pumps. Luigi, could you tell us about the topics you will be discussing with us today?
Yeah, hi, and thank you for joining us today. Today, I would like to discuss about our vision related to the changes in the air conditioning and heat pump segments in response to the global megatrends, new standards and regulations. I would also like to make a couple of examples, mention a few ideas and solutions that we as Danfoss Cooling have developed with our customers and for our customers to support them in these rather fast-changing times.
Okay, so let's start first with the megatrends. What are the ones you have identified?
Yeah, so Danfoss has identified 5 major megatrends. 4 of them are very relevant to the air conditioning industry, HVAC industry. Most important of all is clearly climate change. We need to consider that the cooling sector accounts already for about 8% of the global greenhouse gases emission. With low GWP, energy balance, and energy efficient solutions, it has been calculated that we can deliver already more than 0.3 degree of reduction out of the 2-degree target of the Paris Agreement.
Which is important. And then we have electrification, where there is a clear connection with climate change. How do you see this helping with climate change?
Yeah, electrification is clearly an important trend and driver. HVAC and refrigeration is already accounting for about 70% of the world electricity consumption. It will grow even more due to urbanization and substitution of oil and gas with electrical heat pumps. Fundamental, again, is the use of low GWP solution, highly efficient and well-balanced systems, along with the decarbonization of the electricity sector, with smart integration of renewable energy sources. Urbanization, as I mentioned, is another important trend. It is expected that in 10 years, additional 1.5 billion people will be living in cities. This will represent even more electricity-powered air conditioning and heating systems. In particular, now with the COVID-19, there is an additional strong and important focus on indoor air quality and safety.
Okay. What about digitalization, the megatrends with a growing impact on our industry?
Yeah, digitalization is shaping many aspects of our lives, especially lately, and of course also the HVAC industry. Let's just consider that the global internet traffic surged by about 40% in the period between February and mid-April during the height of the COVID-19 crisis. This growth comes on top of the rising demand for digital services over the past decade that has been about 30% year on year. All of this doesn't come for free. 2% of the global electricity consumption is already used by data centers. Data centers need cooling, hence the importance of supporting and developing efficient and environmentally friendly cooling technologies.
Okay, so how do you see this flowing down from megatrends down to the product and application level?
Yes, as you can see in the slide, below the megatrends, we have identified 4 levels that are influenced by the megatrends. The supply side, typically the energy utilities. The demand side, the user, the end user. Then the equipment, typically the OEMs, and the components, which is us. This is a complicated slide for a complex word, but I will try to make a couple of examples of flow down from megatrends to equipment and components.
Okay, so yes, please, let's start with climate change. First, how do you see this impacting at the application and component level?
Yeah, so reduction of climate change and electrification go along one another. What the industry can do to reduce the impact of climate change is to push toward electrification, a good electrification, with the decarbonization of the electricity supply sector, smart integration of renewable energy sources, efficiency programs, and sector coupling. This is the way to go. Investments will have to be made also in terms of resiliency of the grid. Renewable sources are not always there. So we need the grid level storage, like a large scale energy storage, large batteries, and high pump hydro, for example. A new way of charging will also be required for the utilized energy, no longer looking at the peak demand, but also at the viability of the renewable supply with the real-time dynamic pricing. If we go one level down, we are looking at ideally at the distributed demand-driven grid with real-time efficiency measurements, demand-side flexibility, as well as on-site power storage and power generation. All of this will increase the use of heat pumps, smart electronics, control solutions for the energy balance of the full installation of the microgrid.
And now that we are down at the product level, what innovations is Danfoss bringing to the market these days?
Yeah, clearly all of this implies that the equipment needs to be designed keeping these needs in mind and this new way forward. Low GWP refrigerants, variable speed, smart control solutions, simultaneous production of heating and cooling, high efficiency. This is the things that we need to develop in a much more integrated way. Danfoss has developed a clear product and solution roadmap in this direction. One example is for large systems with oil-free turbo core, high efficiency compressors, now for various operating conditions, both air to water, water to water, both heating and cooling. For mid-size equipment, air conditioning and heat pump systems, we have state-of-the-art, cost-effective scroll compressor solutions, both fixed speed and variable speed, all optimized for the current refrigerant solutions and being optimized and designed for the next generation very low GWP solutions. We have a complete range of control and heat exchangers to complete the offering, like self-hydronic balancing valves, a new range of Colibri electronic expansion valves for stable super heat control, full range of brace plate and microplate heat exchanger to even further improve the heat transfer between refrigerant and water. We have a lightweight and corrosion-resistant microchannel heat exchanger for the reduction of the weight of the system and also for the refrigerant charge reduction, and then programmable electronic controls and various connectivity solutions. All of this is qualified and available for the low GWP solutions available today and being qualified for the ultra low GWP medium and low density refrigerants, both with and without oil.
Okay, that's a lot. What about the digitalization trend? How do you see the market evolving and how can Danfoss contribute?
Yes, as I said earlier, the already strong growth of the demand for digital services like video streaming, online shopping, video gaming has been accelerated in the last months during the COVID-19 crisis. Data centers, both the smaller ones and edge located to reduce the latency, and big co-located ones in geographically remote areas will continue to grow. But at what expense? As we said before, 2% already of the global electricity consumption is used by data centers, and it will grow even more. I've read somewhere that when you make a Google search, 3 servers of Google turn on somewhere in the world. So data centers, they cannot be standalone facilities. They need to be integrated in circular systems like other buildings, like other facilities, like supermarkets for that matter, or other waste energy buildings. The circular systems are very important in terms of waste heat recovery. This waste heat can be, for example, regenerated and used in district heating networks or in nearby buildings for space heating or district heating or, sanitary hot water production. TurboCore is again a solution here with a high efficiency in terms of low lift conditions for IT cooling chillers, and thanks to Oilfree technology, this high efficient performance, they are constantly in time.
Okay, and Danfoss has been pioneering in Oilfree technology. And today we are offering our customer even more peace of mind with a complete portfolio and lab facilities. Can you tell us more?
Yeah, Danfoss offers not only a full range of turbocore compressors, now even broader for various operating conditions, but also a full portfolio of oil-free components that has been performance and life tested to work in dry refrigerant environment. Most component suppliers today, they test their product in dry air. This is for sure a challenging test, but the dry air allows the grease coming from the manufacturing process to stay on the component, and therefore it doesn't really reflect the real operating conditions when you use these products in oil-free systems. We know that refrigerants are very good detergents, and so they quickly clean up any residual grease off the parts of the system, any part of the system. This makes, therefore, the testing in dry refrigerant environment much more challenging, so that we are sure that the most advanced compressor technology in the market, which is TurboCore, is coupled properly with specifically designed and tested control components.
Okay. You have mentioned waste heat from data center. What is the link between the waste heat and the growing need for heat pumps?
Yeah, an important application related to circular systems is the heat pump for heat recovery and for the overall circular system balance. These are heat pumps are needed to convert the waste heat from data centers or industrial processes or supermarkets to the required temperature level needed for district heating or for other applications, again, the space heating of a nearby building. Heat pumps can be both designed in the most efficient way, large capacity heat pumps using high lift turbo compressors going up also to several megabytes, or for the edge data center, for example, distributed. We have a full range of variable speed scroll solutions with IDV technology that can be indicated for these smaller plants.
Okay. So I seem to be hearing also that Danfoss is evolving more and more from a product component supplier into a fully fledged solution supplier for the HVAC market. Can you give us any additional information?
Yeah, as you can see in the slide, we have identified 4+ solution levels that we can enable our customers with. So from the core level 0 and 1, that is our foundation, reliable, efficient, cost-effective smart components. Danfoss is evolving into a subsystem solution supplier centered around our domain knowledge, the level 0 and level 1, which is a foundation, and with a high focus on customer applications in order to help them reducing their time to market and reducing their reliability concern, allowing them to focus on their core competence and for the further customization and differentiation of their systems. We can also go up in levels, level 4 and above, which is at the building level or part of the building, like the chiller plant. Also here, we are developing a strategic approach to allow our customers and the customers of our customers to access Danfoss domain knowledge, drilling down toward the levels, both locally and remotely. And it will also deliver an easy way for our customers, again, to further develop services on their own to differentiate their offering.
Okay. So these megatrends are really shaping a long journey for the air conditioning and heat pump industry. Are you confident for the future, Luigi?
Yeah, I'm confident that the future will be more and more complicated. And health safety concerns are making the present and the future even more volatile and uncertain. But all in all, this is the reality where we live, and this is how we shape our roadmap to be the reliable, long-term, present, and relevant partner for our customers to go together, to help them go through these challenging times and develop sustainable solutions for the future.
Okay. Thank you, Luigi. Thank you very much. And thank you, everyone, for attending this presentation today. We're really looking forward to be talking with you. So please just click on the link on the chat box, which is to the right of your screen. And then you will join the Q&A room, the virtual Q&A room, and we'll see you in a moment. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.